today's Anime Rangers X video, I'll be showing you guys the best ways to get gems, rerolls, the new Easter currency, and also levels and gold, and also showing you a couple AFK methods all throughout this video. You could say this video is like a, like an ultimate guide with everything in just one video. But before today's video does start, please do subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. So please do subscribe. And it's been one of my goals since very young. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this video again, there are a couple of new methods, obviously with the new update, and there's also a lot of new players on this game. This game is growing rapidly, so yeah, there's a lot more players. So I thought I'll make an updated version of this guide. But yeah, I'll stop yapping. Let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so how this video is going to work, it's going to be split up into 3 different sections. I guess we'll have the rerolls, we'll have the 4 sections. We'll have the rerolls, we'll have the Easter eggs, we'll have gems, Easter eggs, and then we'll have golden levels at the very end. And I'll put you guys onto some macros at the very end of the video. So at first, we're going to go over rerolls. We're going to go over all the reroll methods and the ones that I recommend and like emphasize you should do, and then some of them that they're just in the game, but maybe you want to do them, maybe you don't. So one of them that I don't really recommend, at least in this stage of the game, is the shop. Now, you can get a lot of gems if you intentionally farm like loads. However, rerolls from this is very expensive. It resets every hour. But let's say you want 2 gems, 2 rerolls. 2.6k gems is quite a lot, so I don't really recommend using this shop for anything unless you're really desperate. Then maybe use it, because maybe in the future when you can get a lot more gems, when they add like game modes like Infinity Castle for example, you'll probably be able to get a lot more gems than you currently can. Because it's not like you can't get a lot of gems right now, it's just it's not that fast, so you don't really want to waste it, because the game mode is going to be grinding right now. It's the Easter event, and that's not really going to give you tons of gems, but it will give you tons of rerolls, which I'll get onto later. Some other ways are like codes. Codes are very OP. I don't have all the codes right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, and some of them expire, some of them don't. Just join the Discord server for Anime Rangers and redeem the codes, or what's it called, just search them up on Google. That's just me being honest, okay, because I don't know when you're watching this video, there could be new codes, expired codes, so there really isn't any point of me putting them on the screen because I don't know when you could be watching this video. The next thing is quests. Now, quests is another way. I'm trying to get all like kind of midways, even though codes give a lot. They're not really something you can do like repeatedly. Weekly quests you could do repeatedly every single week, and it does give you a decent amount of rerolls. So I mean, you could do these. They give a lot more gems than they do rerolls, to be fair. So I'll do them for the gems, and not necessarily the rerolls, just because the Easter event is the best for rerolls, which I get onto. But you get a lot of gems, and you can, as you can see, you can get rerolls along the way. Now, the next thing that kind of got nerfed this update was getting rerolls from evolving units. Now, I used to get a lot of rerolls from just evoing, like, let's say a Piccolo, which is very easy to do, and people just constantly farm that. However, they kind of nerfed it. You still get rerolls, but let's say I evo this mythic, I'm only going to get 3. So if I did like an epic or rare into a legendary, I think it'll only be like 1. So it's kind of buns now. But that is like another way to get rerolls. The next thing, what else have I not mentioned? Okay, so the 2 good methods other than redeeming codes is going to be first level milestones, which I'll show you how to get a lot of levels towards the end of the video, or well, when I get onto gem methods. But I mean, look, you get rerolls, you get gems, you get gold, you get gear. Level milestones are like, they just peak, especially when you're new to the game. Level milestones are just peak, okay? And then the best method of rerolls, which most of you probably already know, it's going to be Easter event. Easter event is going to give you a lot, and I mean a lot of rerolls. I opened, let's say, 100 egg capsules, and I got 45 rerolls before, which is like insane, or at least like 40. It's always better to open egg capsules with your Easter eggs than to buy the rerolls like this. Like this way, even though there's a 50% chance, I'm telling you, like there is a way better chance you get way more rerolls than how much you get from this. Trust me, just open this capsule every time. Don't buy these rerolls. Just go for this, because you only get 1 reroll when you do this. Sometimes you can do this and you can get like 3 at one time, which is like crazy. But yeah, trust me, just open egg capsules. Just don't buy this, okay? But you're probably wondering, okay, Rexon, yeah, this is the best way to farm rerolls. I know that already, but I just simply can't do the event. Well, I'll put you guys on. Okay, so I feel like the way I mentioned the Easter event section, like saying it's the best like reroll method, whatever, but I didn't go into it too much. So I know a lot of you watch this video, well, I don't know actually, can't beat the stage. So I'm gonna put you guys on to the best method now. Like I mentioned earlier, unless I cut out the video, I'm not sure, I might have cut out. The best way is obviously to have secrets, okay? So if possible, what I highly recommend is, unless you're really desperate to do the event, is to go here. No, like genuinely, this is what you should do first. If you don't have at least Mardra or Goggia, go to the legend stages and go for Goggia and Mardra until you have at least one of them. I'm still trying to get Goggia, but at the same time I have Mardra. So you need Goggia or Mardra in my opinion. You can still do it without them, but you're going to get a lot slower of a run, or you might not be able to do it at all. So just trust me, your life's going to be 10 times easier if you get Mardra and Goggia. And you need to get them anyways at some point. So you might as well get them out of the way and then go for the bunny secret or whatever you want, like rerolls, since it's just going to make your life 10 times easier. But I'm still going to put you guys onto the method. So let's say you have Mardra or Goggia, or you have your mythics that you want to use. I don't know, because it depends. You might have like an OP mythic with a trait. If I'm to recommend some mythics to solo, Green Tornado is quite a good option because of her element. She has elemental advantage against the boss, so she's pretty good. You've got String Demon, which is pretty decent just because of how cheap he is. No Evo. Yeah, just cheap and no Evo with a lot of range, so quite a good DPS. Broly's still alright. Gojo's quite good just because of ability damage. Ace is a very, very good option. I low-key think, I'm pretty sure, at least my Ace literally has more ability damage than Gojo. That's how bad Gojo got nerfed. If you want to have to get Ace, go in the AFK world, and there's 0.5% chance to get Ace. So yeah, the secrets is really what's going to get you the clear time on the Easter event. So as you can see, I'm using 2 secrets and 2 of these fodders. Now, what you want to use is at least 1 or 2 fodders, unless you have some other meta units like Yoshina, for example, because she does freeze, and then maybe like Bunny Girl. Or unless you just use some other secrets. But let's say you don't have those units, right? You want to use these meat runners. Now, what these meat runners are is units that get pretty much one tap by the boss, but they also distract the boss. So you want ones that are really, really fast, because let's say one gets cooked, another one spawns, and they keep covering. So they're kind of like rapid tanks. So they get one tap, then another one pulls it really quick. So as you can see, I have 2. You'll understand what I'm talking about in game. Naruto's quite fast, as you can see. Okra and Evo's quite fast. Another one is Gara. He's quite fast, and also the guy from One Punch Man, the one with like the bicycle thing, Hero on Wheels. So yeah, those all quite fast meat runner slash fodders. You can just check out my tier list to know about that though. So let's say I have 2 of them, or you can have 3. Then you have like 1 secret, 1 mythic, or 2 secrets, whatever. All you want to do is go to the event. You want to go here. You want to click start, and then yeah, you just want to do the event. So let's say, for example, you might have, you know, Mardra or Goggia, and then you have, let's say, Gojo and the meat runners. What you want to mainly focus on is upgrading your secret. So if you have a secret, just focus on upgrading your secret, okay? And I'll show you the meat runners in play, alright? So you just focus on maxing out your Mardra. You can use GS auto clicker, which I don't know if I'll remember to put in the description. Okay, I'll remember to put GS autoclick actually. So I'll put GS autoclick in the description, and pretty much what you can do with that is you can autoclick at 2 places. Wait, let me just show you guys to make it easier. So you want to beat the stage and get to the retry option. And then I'll show you how to AFK farm it, I guess. So let me just quickly get GS autoclicker. So what you want to do is have GS autoclicker open. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Is this autoclicker over here. We won't worry about it right now because I need to actually beat the stage. Why they give this guy, this flipping Easter bunny, some devious region? I can't remember. Wait, yo, when did this guy get this devious region? Okay, wait, let me just take off autoplay. Just to make this quick, I'm just going to lose the stage, because what you want to do is get to the retry option, and then I'll show you at least what I do when I macro the stage. But okay, but you can see the meat runners in play, maybe. Well, you didn't really see it, to be honest. But pretty much they just run out the spawn, and then they just cover for things like my Mardra, because as you can see, my Mardra's got some range, so they just kind of chill in the back, you know what I'm saying, whilst the meat runners just stay in front. Okay, so just lost the stage just to make this a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go to options, we're going to go to recording, multiple clicks, then we're going to go click clear, clear all the records, pick a point. We're going to put a point on retry, okay? Then we're going to click retry here. Then I'm going to pick a point. I want to upgrade my Mardra, so we're going to do that. And then I also want to upgrade my Ace, so we're going to do that. We're going to put auto play on, then click OK. Now, apparently, for you guys, it doesn't loop for whatever reason, but mine loops. Because I got comments on one of my videos saying it doesn't loop. So I want to check the settings real quick. I mean, options. Do I have to put on repeat? Repeat until stop. So just go on the options and check that this is ticked, okay? Just because apparently for some people it wasn't ticked. So if you want to see how the auto-click looks like, literally all it's going to do is auto-click and retry. It's auto-clicking upgrading Mardra, and then it's auto-clicking upgrading Ace, and then there you go. Leave it overnight. Boom, you wake up. You would have been doing the stages for ages, and it would have been upgraded units at the same time. So it's a very, very simple macro. But if you want to know how to beat the stage, I just highly recommend, okay? I know it's not what you want to hear, but just get a secret. You can use your mythics like the ones I recommended. You want to realistically just get one of the secrets, you know? You get one secret to help you get another, and then help you get another. You get the point. And to get the very first one, the legend stages, you can definitely do like with mythics. So it's not impossible to get your first secret to help you get like the carrot secret. You just need to go get it, okay? Okay, so the next section we're going to be talking about is gems, alright? So when we go with gems, all we got to do simply is mostly just level milestones will give you a lot of gems. But obviously, once you get to level 100, you can't keep repeating that. Boss event used to give a lot more gems, but they literally nerfed that to the ground. So that's no longer quite a good way. If you watch the reroll section of the video, quests give quite a lot of gems, especially weekly quests. You should do your dailies if you're low on gems, to be honest. They're quite easy, if I'm being honest. And yeah, weekly just gives loads of gems. I mean, look, some of these give 650, 700, 600. It's like they give quite a lot, 1,500, 1,000, 1,500. It's quite a lot of gems, 1,700. And the most is just from playing the game. Like, so there's no reason for you not to be doing them. The way, if you want to start AFK farming gems, one is AFK World. They made it a little bit better this update. They reduced the timer, and you can get the secret ace. It's a 0.5% chance every time you gain gems to potentially get ace. It doesn't pop up on your screen if you get it. I don't think. You just have to return to lobby and check if you got him. But yeah, AFK was a decent way, but realistically I only went to the AFK world for ace, because a much better way is simply just retrying the last active story. So if you want a lot of gems, go here, and levels at the same time. Go to last story. Well, let me just break this into sections real quick. So the best way to get gold, gems, and levels, yeah, gems, gold, levels, is just going to do last act or last chapter story on Nightmare. There might be stages that give you more gold or levels, like maybe the only other one I could think of maybe is Easter event, but they definitely don't give you more gems. I don't know if Easter event gives any gems, to be honest. If they do, it's not that much, and you can do this way quicker than the Easter event. In general, maybe if you're some insanely nerd pro, I don't know, like not nerd but like pay to win, I don't know, like if you're just crazy, maybe Easter event might be better for certain things like levels or gold, but at that point you should already be level 100 anyway. So yeah, okay, so best thing to do, literally sit in here and auto click retry. So if you have an auto clicker, I mean, look, a lot of you probably have just a million different auto clickers. If you want a name of an auto clicker, just search up OP auto clicker. And then there you go. But some of you got mobile auto clickers, some of you guys got your mouse software that's an auto clicker, so I don't think you guys need me to link one. But if you have no auto clicker, just get OP auto clicker. So, and I'll show you why I want to use it. Okay, so we're gonna win the stage, and literally this stage should be easy for you. Okay, if it's not, then you just need to get better at the game. I'm not gonna lie, you just need to just do a worse story, yeah, but make sure it's chapter 10 Nightmare. So whatever story you do, just do the best story you can on chapter 10 Nightmare, because that will give you gems. But obviously the last story will obviously give you more gems. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Every single story, if you do chapter 10 Nightmare, it'll give you gems. But just do the last map. You get the most amount of XP, the most amount of gold, you get the most amount of gems. So all you're going to do is put auto click on retry and just have autoplay on. The stage should be easy. If it's not, just do the same thing on a worse map. But yeah, that's pretty much the best way to get gold, levels, and gems. Pretty simple, okay? It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please do subscribe. I'm trying to 100,000 subscribers, like I mentioned in the intro. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you guys got any video ideas. I do have a decent amount planned, but can't harm to give me any more. But yeah, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments. If I don't respond, I'm sure somebody else will. But yeah, I'll stop yapping. Go check out the video on the top left hand corner right now. And yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.